Hello and welcome to Fashion Report Friday, the weekly video series trying to get you the absolute most MGP possible from the Mandeville Gold Saucer every Friday when Fashion Report judging begins. This is week 192 and this time the theme is Fangs Bared. The clues individually include Leaping Leopards for your helm, Bewitched for your arms, Old Country for your legs, and Skirts of a Feather for your left ring slot or bottom ring slot. In this video we'll have a 100 score, an 80 with dies, and the easiest 80 possible. So without further ado, let's hop onto that 100 score. Alrighty, for the 100 score then, here's what I did. So as you can see, for the helm, I went for the Coil Mask. This is something you can get for MGP in the Mandeville Gold Saucer from Prize Claim 1. Of course, that is MGP to get that. So I do realize that not everybody will be wanting to spend MGP to get MGP. But honestly, you probably want to have this in your retainers anyway into the future. It's used quite a lot. And this is used by all classes in the game level 1 and above. So this does mean it's pretty much accessible by anybody, bear that in mind, even though there is a cost of MGP for that. The only other alternative I can imagine working for this, but I have not tried it, is the Spotted Fedora. So that's going to be something that you can confirm or deny works in the comment section below. But as I say, the only thing I've tested for this helm is the Coil Mask, and as you can see, that works just fine. For the gloves then, there is a slight bit more option. I went for one of the easiest options. These are the Favnarian armlets. Unfortunately, these are equipable only by female characters, these particular ones. As you can see, this is a fairly basic recipe. I'll have that on the screen as well for you. But yes, this is the one I went for because it's equipable by all classes level 1 and above. But of course, we have that female only restriction there. But of course, there is actually a couple of other alternatives that should work, including the Star Velvet long gloves of both casting and healing. I believe the Ghost Bark long gloves of scouting will work as well. So that's pretty much all I can really think of at this time. But yes, those are your options for this slot. But the Favnarian armlets will be the lowest level item available to female characters. But if you're not a female character, there are obviously the Star Velvet option as well. But the recipe for that is quite tricky, and the market board will most likely be quite turbulent today around that price. For the legs then, I went for the Shire Preceptor's Hose or Jose. These are actually acquired through Poetics in Idleshire. You can get these. Basically, these can be either the normal Shire legs or the augmented Shire legs. So any legs basically will work. That includes, of course, the augmented and non-augmented Shire Custodians, the Pathfinders, Pancratias, Emissaries, Conservators, Philosophers, and of course the Preceptor's Hose here, which are the healing ones. Get whichever one that suits you, honestly, whatever you have a level 60 of. Of course, that is one of the restrictions for this slot, is having a level 60 on one of those jobs. But apart from that, it's pretty straightforward. Go grab whichever one you need. And then finally, for the bottom ring slot, or the left ring slot, as you can see here, left ring. Make sure you equip it to the left ring, by the way, or this won't work. This is the Moodhorn Ring of Healing. This is vendor purchased from Kagane, and we'll show that on screen. This is a level 62 healer ring, but essentially any Moodhorn ring will work. There's Moodhorn rings for pretty much everything, every role. So they're available in Kagane, and yeah, it's just a vendor purchase item, but of course that does bring it back up to 62 as a requirement. So yeah, level 62 on any particular job is required for this week for the 100. Those are the slots I went for that. Now let's look at an 80 with dies. Alrighty then, so for our die options, this is pretty much what you can get for an 80. Make sure you have something equipped in every slot. We have, of course, our weapon is Sea Fog Blue. So Sea Fog Blue, which is a fairly interesting die option. Then we have for our helm and our chest piece the metallic brass die. Then we have Colibri Pink for our hands. And then finally we have Soot Black for our legs and our feet. So all in all, it's going to be the metallic brass that costs the most, because that's from Skybuilder scripts. But apart from that, most of those dyes are pretty easily obtained. So that's pretty much the dye options, not too bad. And from that, we can put together something for the Easy 80. So let's move on to that now. Alright, so for the easiest 80, this one's really straightforward. So this is just any gear in the game pretty much. In accompaniment to any of that gear in the game, I've gone for the Favnerian armlets because they're of course equipable by all classes in the game level 1 and above. These might be harder or easier to track down depending, but they are a basic recipe as we said before. I went for this because it's the lowest level item. You can equip this on anything pretty much, as long as it's a female character. Then I went for Soot Black on any legs in the game, and then Soot Black dye on any boots in the game. If you have those 3 items combined, or at least that item, and then 2 dyes combined on the legs and feet there, that will cost you very little and is equipable by all classes in the game level 1 and above. So that's the option for that. Very easy to get 80 that way. The other way to do this then, if you didn't have a female character, is to actually go for the Moodhorn ring instead, for the bottom left ring, instead of going for these Favnerian armlets. But you will of course need to be level 62 and have access to the to that vendor basically, and that particular job. So it's going to be locked behind level 62, and then you just put the Moodhorn ring of your choice at level 62 in your bottom ring slot or your left ring slot. Combine it with the 2 Soot Black dyes on your feet and legs, and you'll get 80 guaranteed. Pretty easy, straightforward this week, not too problematic, although even the dye option on its own was pretty good. Anyway, let me know what you think about this. If you have your own solutions below, leave them in the comment section to help other people. Thank you to Kayako Star and the rest of the Reddit team who post tirelessly every single week to theorize this, as well as the various communities around the world that come up with solutions to help along the way, especially the Japanese community that are always fire when it comes to coming up with things first. Anyway, much love, enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.